Testing. Hey, what's up, guys? This is Justin. Gonna thank you guys for being a part of it. This video, I'm using my laptop for this, so I'm not using the SLR. So, I mean, I can't get you in that HD. I know for some of you guys, you want that HD loving, but I can't do it for this one. One, because when I make a video, it's too big. The file is just ridiculously big. It takes forever to upload, so I'm going to be using my camera on my MacBook right here. This one's going to be a real quick video. This is a little bit easier because I can see my face a lot better. But we're going to talk about how to get the highest high school GPA. All right. So now here's the thing. My disclaimer for this, though. Okay. My disclaimer for this is that I don't recommend doing this. I actually don't recommend doing this as an educator. But I know a lot of people want to know how to get the highest GPA possible in high school, okay? But remember, I don't recommend doing this, all right? See, it's weird because I almost don't want to make this video, right? Because I don't want people to do this. But it's just an answer to a question that I get a lot. I get this question a lot, okay? So let's talk about high school GPA. We'll talk about high school GPA, undergraduate GPA. I was going to make two separate videos, but we'll kind of talk about both of those. The high school GPA, if you didn't know, GPA stands for grade point average, obviously. And what's going to happen is that if you're a high school student, so if you're anywhere from ages 14 to 18, you might be worried about your GPA. One, because your parents probably tell you, you got to get a high GPA, right? You got to get a high GPA. I'm going to assume that you're on the 4-point scale and that AP classes count as 4.1 or whatever. You can get above a 4.0, okay? The reason why you would want a high GPA, if you don't plan on continuing your education at all, like, I don't recommend that. But if you, let's say for some reason you were, you're in a trust fund or something like that, and you just have a ton of money, right? And you just want to graduate but to get it, you have to graduate high school, right? So I would just say graduate at the minimum. Don't even worry about it. The reason why you would want a high GPA would be to get into college. But the misconception about high GPAs in college nowadays is a little bit different. On my previous videos, because I haven't made a video like in about 1 or 2 months. So one of the things about GPA now and grade inflation is that a lot of colleges, they put less weight on the GPA now than they've ever had before. Okay, one of the reasons why is because of grade inflation, and one of the reasons why is because like an A and like a 3.75 in high school now it's not really worth the same amount of weight it was like even 10 years ago. Okay, so like when I graduated high school in 2000, if you had above a 3.5, that was difficult to attain. Now, because of grade inflation, because of nickel fee, that's an entirely different subject. Okay, that's an entirely different subject. Okay, but because of all of these things, I mean, you can get a 3.75, and when you talk to the student, you wonder how they even graduated high school, right? It might not be that extreme, but you wonder, like 3.75. When I hear grade point averages and stuff like that, it's not even like that big of a deal to me. Okay, so just know that if you're getting the GPA, there's a few tricks that you can do for this. Okay. The first thing to do is that if GPA doesn't take into consideration what class you take, unless it's going to be an AP course, okay? But since your goal is to attain the highest GPA possible, we'll just throw out all AP courses, okay? Don't take any AP courses, all right? Don't take any extra math and science courses. Just get your required minimum and get your highest grades in that, okay? I would say take the easiest course, take as many PE classes as you possibly can, take as many history classes as you possibly can, anything that's not math and science. Now, here's the thing. I really, like, even me saying that, I don't even like to say that because it's not, I don't want to recommend any student not take any of those, but remember, our goal is to get the highest GPA, right? So when you do all of that, indirectly, you're making it easier for you, okay? So that's one of the things you want to do right there, okay? Argue. I wrote down argue with, so here's kind of the weird thing now. I actually got this a lot when I was a teacher, and it's really a strange thing to me now in 2014. Like students will argue their grade. Okay, so and it's weird because in a subject like math, it's very easy for me to tell if a student is an A, B, C, or D student. I mean, if a student, because in math, if you're writing something, it's a little bit different, but in math, it's like you can do it or you can't, okay? So in math, you have to be able to do whatever we're measuring you on, like whatever standard or metric we're measuring you on, and you got to be able to decide when to use it, okay? If you can do those two things pretty efficiently, that's an A, okay? A lot of students can't do that. They can do one or the other. If I tell them exactly what to do, they can do it, but they wouldn't figure it out any other way. So, but a lot of things, I've actually had this more as my career has progressed, is that a lot of parents and students will argue the grade, and they'll want their grade to be bumped up. So it's kind of like if you get an 87, 88, or 89, like a student considers that an A, right? And so a lot of teachers now are under a lot of pressure from either from the parents or the administration, because what happens is that parents really want high GPAs regardless. They don't really care if the student learns. Like, not all parents, okay? This is like a blanket statement, right? A lot of parents, they would rather have the good grade. Yeah, here's the thing. So if they had a choice between their son or daughter learning a subject and getting like a B minus, or not learning the subject and just getting an A in the class, they'd always pick the A. I'd say 98% of the parents would pick that. 100% of the students would pick that, okay? So that is an option. I don't recommend doing that either, but we're kind of in a weird part right now where administration really aims to please the parents. So if you are a parent or you are a student, you can argue your grade that way as well, okay? I don't recommend doing all of these because now colleges don't even really look at GPA as much, because they can tell what's up. Because here's what actually happens a lot of the time. What happens a lot of the time is that a student will have like a 3.8 or a 3.9, but they'll end up scoring like a 17 on their ACT, right? Or scoring like an 1100 on their SAT. And that's kind of a red flag, because what that means is that, well, it means a lot of things. It means that you either took a lot of easy courses, or you might have argued your grade. So that's how you get the highest GPA. I'm going to run out of time right here, but that, if you're high school students, that would be the highest way to get the highest GPA possible. I don't recommend doing that, but if that's your goal, those are methods that you can use to attain that. Okay. So if you have any questions on there, put them in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video or entertained it in any way, please thumb up the video and share it on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, right? Other than that, I'm going to be making some more videos for you guys. I've been on a little hiatus, but I'll talk to you guys later. I've been Justin. Bye.